It's Retro Podcast with your host, Retro Lion. We talk music, entertainment, films, and more. And now, here he is, live, Retro Lion. Welcome back to Retro Podcast. I am the host, Ben Cena, and today we have guest Harry Waters Jr. from Back to the Future. And please welcome Harry Waters Jr. Welcome to Retro Podcast.
Good morning, Retro. I was just showing a little picture of what I really did 40 years ago. 40 years ago, this time the movie had opened July 3rd in 1985 and was I don't know that it was still running by the middle of August, but I'm pretty sure it was. Given there were not as many things competing, like, I don't know, podcasts and streaming services, as
Disney
opposed to
Plus.
people going to the movies and having a great time in that space.
Exactly. And speaking of Back to the Future, I have some Back to the Future memorabilia here. Well, this is Lego.
Oh my God, it's the Lego one.
And it even flies. Whee!
Oh, the wheels turn. Very good. Yeah, I have to say, it's always fascinating going to various Comic Cons or events that we're invited to, and the way the fans bring us a whole new way of looking at the movie. Sometimes a way of looking at ourselves, because they know more about us than we do.
It's part of being a movie buff.
Yes, thank goodness. They keep us alive and vital. And it's always good, I have to say, being part of this particular franchise, of how it's affected and just being a part of so many people's lives literally around the world. We have been to a number of places. I remember going once to a con in, I don't want to say it was Albuquerque. It may have been, well, somewhere southwest, and someone had flown in from Korea
Nice.
because they wanted to get our autographs, and they found out that
Awesome.
we were here. It's always a joy, I say, because my particular character, as I always say, it's like I'm just in a little part of the movie. I'm just like, I have like two scenes. That's about it. People say, no, no, it's one of the most important things. Like, oh, thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah. Yeah, your character's an important arc to the story.
I say the gift I got was I got to have so much fun doing that, because it was, a lot of people know now, it was the first new thing that they shot after recasting Michael J. Fox, because they had to reshoot everything. And when they got to the Enchantment Under the Sea dance, it was the first new filming that they were doing. It wasn't like recreating anything. It's like, okay, what are we doing here? And Steven Spielberg was there a lot, and he kept calling me Marvin, and I went, fine, call me Marvin. That's my name's Harry, but if you want to call me Marvin, I will take it. I will take it. But we had a live band. We had a live band that was there for the entire time. And so in any breaks, we would just break out in some songs. You know, it was 85, so we were doing the Freaks Come Out at Night. And so the all the 200 extras would be dancing and having a good time. So it was joyful. The crews were good. Everybody was in a happy mood. You know, it was one of those special moments where you didn't realize how special it was until much, much later.
Mhm. We need more of that, especially these days.
We need more of that. I
Yeah.
always say we need a little bit more joy in our world, because it's you can be happy and not feel guilty about it.
Very true. Very true. I'm working on a film this fall, and there's a Thanksgiving scene, and we're trying to make the Thanksgiving scene look very realistic. So I hope everyone has a fun time filming the Thanksgiving scene.
Yes. As long as they're playing those, who's playing the crotchety characters? There's always somebody at Thanksgiving is like, oh my God, either stop drinking or go home.
And pumpkin pie is the best.
Always.
Yeah.
Yes. So
And
it doesn't really work the rest of the year to me, but it's Thanksgiving. It's a Thanksgiving thing.
exactly. And
Yes.
what's funny is that we're shooting this scene in October, and in Canada, they have their Thanksgiving in October. So
Oh,
we're technically celebrating Canadian Thanksgiving.
okay.
I
Will
mean, I'm
people
not
know that?
Canadian, but still.
Will people know that when they're seeing the movie? Probably not.
No, no, of course not. No, it's
Goodness.
actually the very end of the movie is the Thanksgiving scene because after the big battle, it cuts to a month later, and then it's Thanksgiving.
Yeah, did I hear the word battle? So that must be, is this a
Yes,
action
there's
adventure?
it's not Avengers, it's a dark film. It's a family friendly dark film, but
I don't want to spoil it too much because it's top secret, but
It's still coming in. Okay,
there's a
yes.
big fight scene between the masked killer. It it's a family film, but it has a little bit of horror to it. So like a
Okay.
family friendly horror film, like Monster House, for example,
Okay.
which was another movie that Steven Spielberg worked on, and it was animated.
Uh,
But one of the
So
main masked killers in the film.
so retro fans, be tuned.
Yes, yes, me too. And we actually started doing a little bit of production this week, and last night was really fun.
Oh, nice. Getting work. It's always I always find that to be one of the great things about when we're making something
Mhm.
is that we kind of like we have an idea about where it's going to go, but then something happens while you're doing it, and then like it's like, oh wait, no, another shot of that. Oh, we want to do another angle, or it's like, why did we just waste 2 hours doing that? Sorry.
Yeah, because I play a character in the movie as well, and there's a scene where I'm running out of a haunted house, and it just sounds like a chimpanzee, and I'm like,
The happy accidents. Yes. It's like you got to keep that. Come on, it can't. You couldn't write that into a script.
I'm
It
the
just happened.
comic relief in the movie.
Good. Good, my
And
goodness.
and working on Back to the Future, especially filming the Enchantment Under the Sea dance scene, because they make
Yes.
in the school stadium, they definitely make it feel like you're actually under the sea. So getting to have that experience, what was it like?
Well, the auditorium, which still exists and still has apparently my pictures up in the hallway there, was at the Hollywood Methodist Church in Franklin and Highland in Hollywood. It's still there. If I had the pictures, I could bring it up for you. It was a small gymnasium with a stage,
Mhm.
with the wooden floor, the basketball hoop that's flown up. The wooden stage is still there with the piece of wood that Michael J. Fox had to slide across on his knees is still embedded into the floor of the stage.
Nice.
So what they had to do was just enhance the existing building. It wasn't a sound stage, so it actually was a real um, gym, gymatorium. Is that what they call it? That still exists. And I think that was part of the charm of it because they had to just make that work. Because it was contained and it was 1985, they did not have CGI. There were not a lot of floating cameras. It's like, how do we set this up and then shoot it all the way through the room, up and down, and coming up to the stage? That takes it was a different amount of time that they had to do to literally program the things that were in that space. But it makes it look like there's so many things going on. I think the condensing it into the limitations of a real auditorium space made for that feeling of, oh, there's a whole lot going on here.
That's really cool. It just brought back memories because when I was in middle school, I played basketball, and some of
Ah,
the schools that we went to play the actual games looked very much like the basketball stadium from Back to the Future.
it was. Trust me, it was because they would just close the curtain so you wouldn't see the stage back there, but you're playing the game, on the field, well, on the court.
Mhm. In because I'm based in Columbus, and in Columbus we have a science center called COSI, which is also
Okay.
a TV station, and there's an ocean exhibit, and there's a big statue of Neptune,
Okay.
the ocean exhibit. So it's almost like if they were going to have an event in that room, it would be like a real life version of Enchantment Under the Sea Dance.
Encourage them to do that.
Yeah.
We love to show up. We still sing Earth Angel in the same key, just need to know band.
Yeah. Like how often do you go to places to sing Earth Angel?
Um, there's a running joke between me and Donald Fullerlove, who plays the mayor, because we are the Black to the Future guys. There's only two Black characters. There's Marvin and there's the mayor. And so we're aware that there's what we call the big four, Michael, Chris, Leah, Tom. And so we're the B team. So we don't get as many, cons or calls as they do. I'm going to go, which is fine because I've just recently retired from McAllister College, teaching there for about 17 years, that I actually at one point didn't even know about this worldwide phenomenon called "We Want to Get Back to the Future." It's like, what? I did that a long time ago. Oh, there's people all over the world. So I'm gonna kind of it's kind of a hit and miss when we get to go or where we go. There's, the 40th anniversary. There's been a couple that all of us have been at, but the ways there's politics in all sort of arenas, and the cons are another set of who's in charge, how do the promoters, how are they going to make money, and at these events, how much can they afford, who can they afford to bring. So we're not as at many of them as we could be. But then we also get smaller events. Like apparently, just like a week ago, I was in Los Angeles at an event called the 40th anniversary of no, back to the 818, which is the area code. It was a celebration of the 40th anniversary for a fan bash. So it was all about the fans coming together to put together an event, as opposed to a Comic Con, which is, it's a money-making endeavor that people are coming to. But when it's a fan event, we've been invited more often, and I find that to be more intimate because you're getting to actually talk to them as opposed to them like coming up, signing, going away, signing, going away. You're meeting with people, you're sort of kind of hanging out with them, and they get to experience you as a human, and you get to experience them as people, not just a fan, which, on one, it takes a different kind of energy, but it's so fulfilling because you get to talk to fans about the meaning that they still hold to the movie or your particular character. I've been fortunate because what I do in the movie is sing Earth Angel. Thank you, Alan Silvestri and Huey Lewis, for putting me on the album. I have a gold record. Thank you very much. But the other thing is, there have been people that have come to me from so many different venues to say that they played my version of Earth Angel at their wedding. And I constantly say, like, give me your phone and I'll start singing it, and they'll just start crying, and I'll make them dance together. And so for me, it's another part of what I get to do at those cons when we're called. There was one we went to in Dallas, and Priscilla Presley happened to be there, and she was walking by my desk, and I went, "Oh, hi, what are you doing?" And Donald, the mayor, said, "Well, aren't you going to sing, Harry?" I went, "Oh, okay." We turned on the Bluetooth, and I'm singing Earth Angel to Priscilla Presley. So I get wonderful moments like that I get to hold on to whenever I get to go. There's a couple more that we're doing international later this year. Once again, it's just a fan group that's invited us to Milan, this little Caruso Concello outside of Milan, and it's just for the people in the town. So we'll get to have dinners, we'll get to have a wine tasting, there'll be an event for signing, there'll be a dance. Of course, I'll sing for them because I sing both Earth Angel and Johnny Be Good, because Johnny Be Good is so much fun to sing, to get people dancing. And then there's another event that we're having in Barcelona. That's, once again, it's a cine-fan event, is what they call it. It's lots of different movies, but the fans of the area decide, and most of it's volunteer, that they want to invite people from different movies. Like, of course, it's Jaws' 50th anniversary as well. So there's another invitation to those that created the Jaws, the actual shark, who was also the person that did the props for Back to the Future, Kevin Pike. So all that's going back to your question about, how often do we get to go to these things? We're invited to more smaller events on a regular basis, I would think, which is actually more fun because a lot of people, I mean, as you know, there's cons all over the world all the time. There's a chiller con we're probably going to crash, I think. There's a horror con, there's the wizard cons, all these other ones that are around, that are always around and vital. But I love the fact that ours are more intimate, that we get to really have some value in. And it makes me connected to the people and not necessarily to the money. Because Some people are doing the cons because yes, they need to make that 5, 10 grand a month or whatever they're doing, traveling and then doing all of that. But then I wonder, like, so but also what is your life? And I am really grateful that I have a pretty full creative life here in the Twin Cities. For those who don't know, I'm in Minneapolis, Minnesota, where I get to work a lot in our communities. We have a huge theater town, but we also have a huge activist community. So I'm really grateful that I get to be a part of that. As I always say, I'm living 6 blocks from where George Floyd was murdered, and the uprisings happened literally outside of our building here. So there's an activism that I feel that I'm committed to that is just a part of how I live these days. And I'm really so grateful about that.
Before we move on to the next question, I do have a request. And can you say your famous line when you're calling?
Chuck,
Yeah, that's the
Chuck,
one. That's the one.
it's Marvin, your cousin, Marvin Berry. You know that new sound you're looking for? Well, listen to this.
Caps.
One take.
You did
They
that
did it
one take.
in one take. It was the end of the day. They had all set up. It's just me and the phone. Zemeck is behind the cameraman. Listen to this, cut, print, we're out. I was like, oh my God. And since that time, that line has gone around the world. It's even in Family Guy.
Has
Three
Seth
different
MacFarlane
versions.
asked you to be in Family Guy?
No, they never even no, they'll
Shame
never
on
ask.
him.
Well, that's what I say. I don't get paid for it, but anyway, it's okay.
I mean, he's done so many parodies with Back to the Future. It's like, well, when's Harry Waters Jr. gonna be in Family Guy?
So that would be the next thing that someone has to like, Seth, he's still alive. You can even have him come on as an older version of himself. Anyway, we can always think of ways to connect with the South Park and Family Guy worlds.
Uh, have you seen the newest South Park episode?
No, but my son sent me. I have it literally here. I haven't opened it, but it's about the current political climate, apparently.
Hey, South Park is known for pushing the limits and pissing people off,
And
and
so they've
that's what.
done it again. Yay. You can depend on something. Some things stay the same. Yes, indeed. Okay, next question.
Yes, and is there any advice you'd like to pass on to folks that want to go into the acting industry?
Wow. Well, the one I've always used, and after teaching theater performance and theater history for 17 years, is you have to want it more than anybody else wants it for you, whatever your family or your friends. You have to do it not for them, but for you, because there's something about the commitment to your craft that makes you a better human being. Some people are scientists, some people have cats. But going into this field, it does have an effect on your mental health because we're also in an environment that's driving us towards fame and fortune as opposed to arts and um, cultural change. That becomes what you really want to do. Take classes. I want to go, yes, but taking classes as an actor is like finding a therapist. There may be some classes that are good for you, and some they're like, oh, this is like a waste of my time. But always do your craft. Lawyers they go to law school, you know, actors, and not everybody has to go to an acting program, but it's so important to work on your craft. Do workshops of plays, um, read scripts out loud, not just in your head. What does your voice sound like? I mean, right now it's a lot of self-taping, so that's what people are just doing. I'm brilliant because I'm here and I gave you an amazing tape. It's like, well, do you? Are you really? You've got to risk being uncomfortable. You got to risk being not perfect because you're not. We're all evolving right now. I mean, I'm still evolving. I'm currently writing, I'm doing more writing of theater pieces, and I have one that I'm having a terrifying, wonderful experience doing, but also as the actor that's in me is like I need material because what we do as actors are we bring the writing to life. Like if you're writing the movie and you're in the movie, it's like how are you bringing these characters to life? They may have to come running out of a building screaming like a monkey. But it is about a commitment to craft. This is what I still feel, because it makes you connect with people better. Because imagine how many people are going to be laughing with you at you that you had no idea was going to happen. That's one of the joys of acting, I have to say. The business, Lord, it's a whole different industry now. There was a time in my world that you could actually go to a casting director's office and give them your picture and resume, which had your picture and your resume on the back side. Now you have to have a website. You better have a full reel, and you better have some a resume that's current. And it's hard to, like, how do you fill out that resume? I have one of my former students, who's actually now my niece, is doing a lot of student films, a lot of student plays, so that you're building a muscle, you're building an acting muscle, which I think we sometimes just take for granted. It's like working out in the gym. You're going to be a better athlete if you're just doing the workouts, if you're just showing up. If it means you need to, like, go take a voice class because you're not a singer, that's a good thing, because you're exercising that instrument. All those things are a part of your craft. We are more than talking heads. That's the other thing, is that acting is actually embodied. Your body can tell a whole story, which is why I used to be the encourager of people taking a dance class, because your body's suddenly involved in moving and engaging in emotional story. How does that help your work as an actor? It's fully embodied then. It's coming from a place where, from your gut to your heart to your brain, all of those things come out with how your voice is sounding. Are you in love? Are you running from the police? Are you waking up in the morning? All of those things are not just how I make my voice sound or what I do with my face. It's what is your body doing? You don't have to worry about whether they're shooting the whole body, but you, as the actor, bring that whole person, because you're playing a whole person, to every moment that you are on stage or in front of a camera. That was a long way around. Okay, I'll pause.
No, that was good. That was excellent. It was well done.
I love the teaching. That's what it still is a part of my retirement, even though I'm 2 years out. I still love teaching. And I still love talking about acting. I would say that I miss that with the retirement, is because I had a class, I'd have 3 or 4 classes every week where I'm actually talking about acting and how you make choices, and how you go back and make some other choices or start over again. And there's it's hard, it's hard on you as the teacher, but also as the student, to go like, I don't know, this isn't working. I want to go, I know, I've been there. We're going to try it again. And then something else happens. You're like, oh, that's what that is. But also, people are witnessing you transform. They go like, oh my God, Ben, I didn't know that you could play old men. Wow. Jeez Louise. You can play any role. You just put your heart there.
Yeah. Yeah. My character in my film, the movie is called Van Dragon Sing, and the main character, which is a little robot dragon, because it's part humans, part puppets, like Jim Henson puppets. The
Yay.
actor who voices him is the actor who voiced Scooby-Doo in the live action Scooby-Doo movies, Neil
Oh.
Fanning. And
Arr.
and I play a robot as well. And
Okay.
on the outside, I look like a human, but on the inside, I'm a robot, like the Terminator.
Okay. Okay. We're not peeling back skin and seeing metal, though, I guess.
No, we're not doing that this time. Although I do transform into a werewolf. Oh, oh,
Oh,
oh. I was
oh,
not supposed to say that. Whoops.
yes, that's all right.
Yeah, I'm gonna cut it out. I'll cut it out.
Spoiler
Don't worry.
alert. Spoil. You can say there's a spoiler alert, and we'll come back in the editing.
I was not supposed to. Hey, it happens.
Wow, you had a human moment. Oh my God. Ah, thank you for being human. I appreciate it so much. So when does your podcast go out? I mean, how often are you
When does the
live?
episode air?
Yeah.
The episode won't air until the end of October.
Oh, okay, good. Wonderful.
So perfect timing. I need
So,
to
so
do
when
the
it comes out, you can let them know that this is a podcast we did earlier, and the person we're interviewing is currently in Barcelona.
And we have two great questions. These are our famous retro podcast questions.
Okay.
My mom always has the best questions. She always wants to know, do you happen to have a favorite board game or card game?
Oh, the hardest simple board game going back is Risk. We're talking way back, and I would always lose. My countries are always bombed. I know, think about it. Nobody plays Risk anymore. I loved it.
I don't know if I could play that in this day and age.
Exactly, exactly. So, being older is like that was what we were doing back then, Risk. So yeah, that's my
It's almost
favorite
like The
book.
Simpsons. Simpsons predict they're known for predicting the future.
Yes, exactly. It's like how were they so prescient that they knew that this was going to happen? Right, right. Yeah, Risk, sorry. What's the other question?
Is there is there a favorite retro product that you enjoy the most? It could be a film, it could be a video game, it could be a toy that you wish you had, or it could
So
be food.
I want to go there are two, and it's so simple. Etch a sketch.
Oh, that's a good one.
It is. It's just
Yeah.
like you get to create this thing, take it away, and then you get to do it again. And oh God, it's one of the I'm trying one of the other. I wasn't an athlete, so we'll put that. I was Urkel, basically. When I was growing up, I was Urkel before there was Urkel. I'm the skinny guy with Michael Jackson black loafers and buck teeth running out of the school, who's built kind of like, I don't know, a pin. The other thing about other toys are, I'm trying to think. Oh, okay, we're going to go way back. Lincoln Logs.
Oh, good one.
You got to build things. You got to build things. Yeah.
I always build log cabins for my fairy gardens.
Wow. And so do you do 3D imaging for the fairies, or you have to go buy them?
Sometimes I have to go buy them. Sometimes I make my own fairies. It's usually a combination of both.
Oh, cute.
Most of
Cute.
the
Good.
characters I make, I don't have any with me at the moment. They're all in my workshop, but I'll make sure to send you some pictures of some of my puppets that I
Oh,
built.
please.
But
Yeah.
I do make stop motion puppets every now and then.
That's what I was going to ask. It was like, are they telling stories in the garden?
Sometimes I would buy existing characters and then I would make my own characters, a bit like what they did in Robot Chicken, where they would buy
That's
live
what
action figures and would.
it's just, so are you a robot chicken guy and all sort
Oh,
of things?
big
People are
time.
exploding and they're having sex and all.
Have you been on Robot Chicken?
Not recently.
Oh,
No,
come on.
I've never
Like,
been on. We have to put out the call before I die that yes, we want Marvin Berry on all of these animated shows. There should be one version just walking through at some point, just calling Chuck, 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 Chuck. It's Mark. Just walk through. Why do we do what we're doing? It's like, yes, it's fun and it's engaging, but there's also something about the human story that's still there. Like you say, we're overcoming something or we're coming out of something, and that becomes just a part of how we live anyway. I mean, it's like you're overcoming something that happened when you were, 12 years old and you can't get over it, or you just fell in love and your heart doesn't know what to do with it and you keep running into walls. I don't know. I just send out the love story to everybody because I want everybody to remember or to get a chance to fall in love, because we don't celebrate that as much. We celebrate all the hard things. Celebrate a little love. And it doesn't have to be like the world is changing, but in love with the guy that delivers your mail. It's like, oh, thank you.
that was good. That was good. I just want to say thank you for this interview. It was great to meet you, and it was fun. I had a
Yeah.
laugh.
Thank you. I'm having a wonderful morning, and I hope you have a great day as well.
Thank you, you as
All
well.
right. All right, let's go and retro go.
Thanks for listening. Be sure to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Follow us on Spotify and follow us on Instagram. See you next week.